certified stepper, I'm the leader of this agency.
Mass shooting on Chicago's South Side. 2 women killed and 2 children critically injured. Tia has been in the neighborhood talking to investigators and neighbors. Tia, what do we know about the victims?
We're outside of Comer Children's Hospital right now, Sylvia. What I can tell you is July 4th will never be the same moving forward for this family. This is definitely a time where families get together and they celebrate. But sadly now, this family is planning for 2 funerals. We know a woman in her 20s is now dead. Her aunt in her 40s is now dead. And 2 of her children are here at Comer Children's Hospital fighting for their lives. A 3rd child, age 8 years old, is also fighting for his life. He's related to this family, and as of right now, what we know is this all started with just a knock on their front door.
I honestly can't even tell you what I thought was going on.
Frank Mixon was home visiting from college when he woke up to gunfire.
I just woke up, went upstairs, and I just saw a massacre of everything, you know. So it was very vivid for the mind for me to just see everything. It was crazy.
His mother, Nikisha Strong, in her 40s, was killed. Mixon says she worked hard. She was an employee of FedEx.
My mom, like, such an amazing woman. No one ever showed me how to go get in and work hard like her. Working day and night, take care of kids who aren't hers.
Described as the person in the family that would get everyone together here at her home in the 7100 block of Woodlawn. A neighbor reported seeing men knocking on the door at around 6:15 Thursday morning. Those knocks turned into gunfire.
2 vehicles pulled up into the area. Multiple subjects exited those vehicles and fired at this residence. Multiple shell casings were recovered from both a rifle and a handgun at the scene.
Chicago police tell us also killed was a woman in her 20s. The family says her name is Capri Edwards, described as Strong's niece by family. She shielded her 1-year-old child. That child is now safe. Her 5- and 7-year-old sons are here at Comer in critical condition. Their cousin, an 8-year-old, was also shot and is in critical condition. The people responsible for this shooting have not been tracked down. As for Mixon, he was surrounded by his high school coaches. The now college basketball player says his mother would want him to stay focused and keep going.
What kills me the most, just like, we was just together like 2 or 3 days ago talking about me going to another school or whatnot for basketball on another scholarship as well. While my mom was here, she just gonna tell me the same thing, like, take it on the chin, keep going. Like, my mom was one of the most wonderful women you could ever meet in your life. Definitely the love of my life for sure.
So again, you heard Mixon's story that he was in the house when all of this unfolded. Luckily, he was able to walk away from this, but tragically, several of his family members were shot. 2 of them, as we've reported, now dead, including his mother. As for what Chicago police are doing right now, they are still scouring that neighborhood, looking for surveillance video. They say 2 vehicles are involved in all of this. They're hoping to give us an update here shortly to let us know a little bit more information. But as of right now, if you know anything about this crime, you can submit an anonymous tip by going to cpdtip.com. Live from outside of Comer Children's Hospital, Tia Ewing, Fox 32 Chicago.
Let's get into it, man. I hope everybody is having a safe and great 4th of July weekend, man. But for Chicago, it's not looking. When police responded to calls of shots fired and found 8 people wounded by gunfire in the 1300 block of West Hastings Street, according to the Chicago police, who said the 2 gunmen fled the scene. None of those 8 people wounded on Hastings Street, 5 women and 3 men, suffered life-threatening injuries. 2 women, 74 and 31, were shot in their leg and was taken to the hospital and listed in fair condition. 2 men, 28 and 23, were also shot and taken to the hospital and listed in fair condition. Another man, 36, shot in his groin and was taken to the hospital. Do I gotta keep going on? This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Like, Chicago, y'all gotta stop, man. Fatal attacks, At 7:05 a.m. Friday morning, a man and a woman were found shot in the 3400 block of East 87th Street. Police said they were pronounced dead at the scene. 2 women, 59, 29, were also shot 11:50 p.m. Thursday in the 900 block. Man, listen. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. Chicago gotta do better. Chicago gotta do better, man. I don't understand. Y'all don't give yourself a chance. I advise everybody that's living in Chicago, just leave that motherfucker. Leave it. Hey, leave Chicago vacant. Nothing shouldn't be in Chicago but the buildings, the damn ground, the grass, the streets, the stop signs, and the light poles. Like, Chicago need to be tore down, straight up, and rebuilt. To make a change, you must wash away all the evil. Chicago need to be tore down, the whole damn city, man. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, man. Y'all get in the comments and tell me what you think about this video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on all post notification. It's free. Do it for me.
Everyone, I'm Deputy Chief Don Jerome from Area 1. With me is Deputy Mayor Gatewood from the Mayor's Office, Commander Branch from the 3rd District, Commander Watson, and Director Brooks. Also, victim services are on scene here for those involved, including the family and area residents. So unfortunately, on this holiday morning, we find ourselves at the scene of another tragedy. We're in the 7100 block of South Woodlawn, where about 6:15 a.m. this morning, officers responded and were alerted to shots fired. They arrived, they found multiple people shot. Investigation reveals that includes a 42-year-old female, a 22-year-old female, 3 tender-age children, which range from ages 5, 7, and 8. Officers immediately rendered first aid, which included tourniquets, pressure bandages, and CPR. Investigation reveals that 2 vehicles pulled up into the area. Multiple subjects exited those vehicles and fired at this residence. Multiple shell casings were recovered from both a rifle and a handgun at the scene. That investigation is ongoing. Area 1 detectives are on the scene and working with the officers here. It appears that this started from some type of personal dispute, but all this information is very preliminary at this time. Anybody that has any information can contact the 3rd District, or they can contact Area 1 detectives. Any questions?
Now, neighbors were saying that they saw some of these suspects actually ski masks on the front porch, like knocking on the door. Is that what officially said now?
Not officially. The investigation is ongoing, but that coincides with multiple subjects approaching the house.
What is what type of dispute does this stem from, and when did that dispute happen?
That's under investigation too. We know it's personal. We don't know what it's about. We don't know if it happened just today or if it's ongoing.
Chief, do you have a description of those 2 vehicles, the suspect vehicles?
We do, but I'm not quite ready to put that out yet, and the investigation's ongoing. We're working on plates and using video surveillance to try to identify these vehicles.
Now, of the 5 people that you mentioned, the 2 adults and the 3 tender-age children, are any of them deceased? Are they included in the
To be clear, there's a 42-year-old female that's deceased, a 22-year-old female that's deceased, and the 3 tender-age children, 5, 7, and 8, are all in critical condition at Commerce Hospital.
What is the relationship, please? What's the relationship with the folks?
Unsure of the relationship at this time.
Can you give the genders of the children?
The 3 children are all male.
There's 2 deceased at this point.
That's correct.
Were the 42-year-old or the 22-year-old, who was the intended target? This is the first one.
Absolutely preliminary. I can't speculate.
Were all of the victims inside the home when they were shot?
All of the victims appear to have been inside when they were shot.
Good morning. As Deputy Chief Jerome mentioned, this is a tragic morning. We're here for yet another tragedy in the city of Chicago. On behalf of the mayor's office, we express our condolences to the family. We appreciate the victim supports that will be offered not only to their family and the survivors, but to everybody on this block and in this area. The senseless violence has to stop, and if anybody has any information, please do not hesitate to reach out to the Chicago Police Department and their tip line, because it's important that not only do we hold these folks accountable, but we help this community heal. We have the Alderman of the 5th Ward here, Desmond Yancey. If you're going to come up and say something, Alderman.
Oh, I was going to ask you a question.
Okay.
I didn't want to disrupt you.
Go ahead.
In light of the violence, and I know we all know about the mayor's plan for trying to stem gun violence and violence during the summer, what does this say about those plans, and will you all be adjusting or changing your approach to trying to keep people in the neighborhood safe?
We adjust every day, every single day, right? We address the violence and respond to the violence with partnership with the Chicago Police Department, our street outreach partners, and our victim services partners. Every day you have to adjust, every day you have to advance, because there's that much violence in the city. So we will continue to adjust, we will continue to operate, we will continue to work hand in hand with the Chicago Police Department.
What do you say to those people that say the plan isn't working? We're already seeing spikes, we're already seeing horrific violence. What do you say to those folks that say that plan isn't working, you need to do something?
Well, what I will say to them is we welcome you to come in and work with us, but most importantly, we're here to support the people who were hurt today. It's not about whether or not a plan is working, it's about the support for the folks who were hurt today. That's what we're here about, that's what we care about. With that, I'll turn it over to Alderman Yancey.
Morning. Sorry to be here today, mourning the loss of two Greater Grand Crossing residents and hearing about the harm that was caused to 3 young boys. Like, I don't, just to echo the statements that Deputy Mayor gave, where this senseless violence has to stop. You know, personal conflict and guns it's become a bad combination, and the summer's just getting started, and I don't want to stand in front of another group of microphones and have another discussion about the pain that's causing our communities. This violence just has to stop. And again, my heart bleeds for this community, which is a relatively quiet community and isn't really used to this sort of violence, and I pray that this doesn't happen again.
Alderman, did you know those folks? Anybody did you know of any issues on the block or anything going on with these folks, any conflict?
No, I'm not aware of the specific issues that led to the violence that happened this morning, but really looking for the leadership of the police department to put the resources forward to solve this crime.
Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for coming.
And so there you have it, a press conference on a July 4th tragedy, as we've learned that 2 women were killed and 3 young boys critically injured in an early morning shooting, this taking place at Grand Crossing neighborhood. The shooting happening at around 6:15 this morning. We were just hearing from police asking the public for any information about suspects. We do know that the 2 victims are a 42-year-old woman and a 22-year-old woman. We know that the 3 young children, all boys, are ages 5, 7, and 8. They are now in critical condition. They do believe that some sort of domestic or personal dispute is what led to the shooting, but specifically what that dispute was about and also the relationships of all those involved, still unclear at this hour. They did say that they retrieved shell casings as well as a rifle and a handgun from the scene. They are continuing to investigate, and they are asking for the public's help in apprehending the suspects.
Hey, do me a favor. Look down right there to the bottom left and hit that like button for me. Hit that like button right there. I appreciate it. I continue watching. Promo alert if you need promo. DM me on Instagram at music101CEO. $30 for 1 promo video on my YouTube. $50 for 3 promo videos on my YouTube, $70 for 6 promo videos on my YouTube, and $130 for 12 promo videos on my YouTube channel. Make sure Y'all tap in and get that promo if you want to win.
Music. Thank you, Music 101 CEO. Thank you, baby.